to KAGI and the American Jazz Institute's Jazz Journey right here. Look at this. 4,000 CDs, jazz archives. Howard Rumsey right here. Howard in his earlier days with Stan Kenton. Here's Kenton over here. Some of the things that the American Jazz Institute does: deal with a lot of young people, put on free high school concerts, some of the local high schools, mentoring, master classes, scholarships, all free. Check out some of the photos. Here's Howard later on, Concerts by the Sea. Miles, Chet Baker at the Lighthouse in Hermosa Beach. My friend Mary Stallings over here. A few awards. Here's Sinatra down here. Chuck Niles on his 75th birthday. One of the great jazz announcers of all time. A couple of the great jazz radio stations out of LA. Howard Rumsey and the Lighthouse All-Stars down here. Bob Cooper, Bud Shank, etc. We've been doing this for over 21 years. Collecting all of these archives, all of these albums, cataloging everything, determining value, lead sheets, arrangements, a lot of Stan Kenton, Shorty Rogers, Quincy Jones in here, a picture of Bill Evans, my friend John Wasser from San Francisco, Chet Baker, John Coltrane, Monk. Over here are archives of jazz books. We lend these out to folks that come in. We're open to the public, usually 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning until noon, Monday through Saturday. And we make sure that we get your driver's license copied, but in most cases everybody brings the books. We have 800 books on jazz here. Probably the biggest single jazz collection around. Here's a book that we commissioned when we were starting out at Claremont University. Lee Tanner, one of the great jazz photographers, put this book together for us. 177 pages of some of the greatest jazz photographs ever taken. And this is one of our perks. If you donate more than $100 to the American Jazz Institute, 501c3 nonprofit organization, you get one of these great books, and if you like, we'll even sign it for you. Beautiful book. Many of these photographs have never been published. Lady Day. Oh, isn't that great? These albums we are currently cataloging, determining value, and it's jazz and all. We have Dixieland over here. Certainly we are more into the 50s and 60s and 70s in terms of the sound of jazz on air. Doug McDonald's on air right now, one of the great jazz guitarists around. Charlie Parker from one of his locations, one of his evenings with Bud Powell, Charlie Mingus, Art Taylor, and Candido from May of '53, probably at Birdland. Some of the awards that we have won over the years, we had KAGI Radio now, nonprofit, non-commercial jazz radio on the air since, well, it's been 4.5 years, almost 5 years. Great Jazzday in Harlem there, one of the great pictures. Above that, Gil Evans. And some of our pals over here, Howard Rumsey and Chuck Niles and Kenton. Anyway, that's the story from the American Jazz Institute and KAGI Radio.